I'd really hope to get drafted, make it to the MLB, and then hopefully future Hall of Famer.
He's got all the talent, and I know he's got all the work. He wants to take this all the way to the big leagues.
Tanner's work ethic is second to none. He's great at fielding, hitting, pitching.
Boy, Tanner.
To have the determination, the will to get better at something he wants to do for the rest of his life. The kid lives and breathes baseball.
My name is Tanner. I'm 13 years old, and I play baseball.
Better, better. Don't get under that baseball. Stay level with it. Stay level with it. Now, how perfect was that? It's a pleasure to work with the kid. He's got a work ethic of gold. Dead red perfect, kiddo. Dead red perfect. My name is Chad Allen. I am a hitting coach in AA for the Chicago Cubs. Some of the drills I do are very similar to what I do with the guys in the minor leagues. I mean, we do high tee to keep his backside from going forward, to help him understand that if his backside forward, he's going to be susceptible to fastballs up, fastballs in, and breaking balls down. If I'm swinging as I'm landing, what am I doing? Just a little here, a little forward. But if I'm going boom, boom, then I have everything behind it.
Right now, we've been working on keeping my hands inside and getting extension through. I have a pretty big problem of leaning back, and that causes a bunch of pop-ups.
When you're going to drive down to hit the baseball, if I go here, I'm going to hit a pop-up. But remember when we talked about our chest getting even with our front side? I'm driving down. That's how I finish balanced. That's a lot better, dude. One of the best qualities I think the kiddo has is just the ability to understand his body. I think it's him taking a swing and not me having to tell him what he did, but going, I felt it. That's a huge quality for a kid at his age to understand is, I felt it, now go make a correction. That's tough in the minor leagues, even in the big leagues, but the great ones can do that. Dead red perfect.
I'd say I realized I was pretty good at it when I had the opportunity to play on an older, I think it was 2 or 3 years older team, and that was the day my dad and I made the decision I was either gonna stop playing baseball or play on a lower level, or I was gonna step up and start working hard.
Tanner works his ass off. Most kids at that age, I don't think have figured it out. They're kind of like, oh, baseball's fun or soccer's fun or whatever it is. They're just doing it because it's enjoyable. But Tanner has a goal in mind, and he's grinding every day to get to that goal.
It feels like you got a little bit of a responsibility to pick yourself up and keep going. A lot of it is trying to build the big muscle groups like your leg and your upper body. We do a bunch of squats, and that's really good for baseball players to get that leg drive through.
When I first started training, he was like a little boy, and now it's night and day different. For example, that little kettlebell he was carrying overhead today, when we first started squatting, that's what he would use, and it was everything he could do to maintain proper form, proper mechanics, and even just the strength in general. So we've transitioned from very, very foundational basics all the way to high-end performance training.
He's just so locked in on his goal, and I think he understands because we've had the opportunity to talk to major league ball players, major league coaches, minor league players, minor league coaches, that he understands that it's so hard to get to where you want to go. From 8, it was a transition from the worst kid on the team to 9 to, all right, you got something, to 10. I would put my son at 10 years old against any kid in the United States.
This was an MVP award that I won in a tournament where I think I hit either 6 or 8 home runs in 5 games, and that was very, very special to me because they only handed out one and there was maybe 20 teams in this tournament, so it was very special to me. These are some of my rings right down here, and then I have a whole goblet of rings in there. I won this medal when I was in North Carolina playing with Top Tier, and this one also. We didn't win this one, but we got second. So again, 2 very, very special things. These other 2 giant trophies. This was in Kansas City, and I'm pretty proud of that because that was a very hard tournament and it was a well-organized one. I love this. A couple of my bobbleheads, don't worry, Josh Hamilton is not actually missing 2 arms and his bat in real life. It's just something I got when I was 3 and I didn't know what to do with it. I won this one last tournament. It's really heavy though. It's an Icona glove. They're still the only glove that's still made in the USA. Really good gloves. They last forever. I really like Rawlings. I think they have a really good glove. I think that their gloves break in pretty fast and they last a long time. The way that I normally break in my gloves is I'll hit it with the hammer and you just beat it until it gets pretty loose, and then you can form it, and then you keep on doing that process over, and then you play catch with it.
So the lean back happened after contact, right? Mm-hmm. I hope that Tanner goes as far as he wants. He works his face off. The thing about it is people talk about like, he does so much baseball. He does so much baseball. Aren't you worried about it? I'm not, because I'm gonna tell you right now that baseball teaches about life. It's not about a sport. You're gonna get knocked down in life. You're gonna get people who tell you you're not good enough. You're gonna fail.
That's a terrible ball.
In which your arms got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there.
Which causes.
Under and up.
Okay, and it can lead to some rollovers. So that's the importance of keep maintaining those big angles. When you're going to hit, you can't be strong, because I can move your wrist and I can control you by applying pressure with just 2 fingers and hurting you. All right. So if you want to be in a strong position, you have to maintain that angle that you started in. The sport of baseball will teach you how to keep pushing through, keep working hard.
There we go. I think no days off means kind of what it sounds like. I'd say you work your butt off, do everything you can, and you don't really get a rest. You keep going, no days off.
Where do you see him going?
As far as he wants. He's got everything in place. He's got a fire inside of him that you usually don't see until you get to guys like big league age.
He's going to have to prove to himself that he's going to have to get better every single day, which he already has that in his mind that he's going to do that. So for me, the biggest challenge for him is going to be understanding, hey, there's probably people out there right now that are better than you. But guess what? That doesn't mean you can't get better than them.
I'm really most proud of Tanner that he's a good person. I think at the end of the day, that's all you can really hope for as a dad. Your job is to teach them how to be a good person, how to be a good citizen, how to be a good man. I think all my children have done a great job of that, and I'm most proud that they are good people.
Left shoulder square to the pitcher. There you go, good. That's perfect, perfect.